Protesting works. You just don't want to do it because you're lazy and you like the comfort of your own home and you don't like getting out there before 9 a.m. Protesting works. It's the first step in the order of things. Now, what I'm sick of is people staying home, protesting behind their phone, and being like, oh, my life is so hard. Guys, I've been to protests. I've been to protests with masks on. I've been to protests without masks on. Oh, nothing scares the bad people more than going to a protest with a mask and then taking the mask off. The cops love it. But the thing is, you're not worried about the cops because you're doing things properly and going with the law, right? And I can tell you one thing, as a weird guy who has been involved with the police for this, that, or the other reason, if you cooperate, they won't give you a hard time. I'm known pretty well these days. My ability to go to protests of different sorts without being too unreasonable has revealed my lexicon of belief systems to my local police. They know me pretty well now. What's really funny is I'm pretty sure my cop shop got my fingerprints because when I was in Cubs, we went for a tour and everyone got fingerprinted. It wasn't until I was in grade 8 that a buddy of mine was like, hey, they didn't give you those sheets back, did they? That's why I didn't go there that night. But at the same time, we know if we're in America that there's an FBI agent somewhat attached to us. And if you guys don't know, it's a bit of a joke these days. People are like, yeah, what my FBI agent does. Guys, everything is about order and control so much that you just know we're being watched. We're being listened to. It's really interesting though, just as an aside, that when I went through a divorce, I was told not to have cameras up in the house because it was bad for people's heads. It was bad for the family's heads. But when you go to work and every time you're on the internet, everyone's just staring at you all together. We won't give our loved ones our physical location, but we will give it to our social media and everybody, like the apps. The apps know where you are, right? So, what's interesting about the protesters is how they're protesting and what they expect to work. If you watch them closely enough, what we find out is the protesters are often they're the witch hunt type, where if you listen to how they talk, they're almost getting people going so that they can have a group that will follow them or do what they say and bring them in. I've seen several videos of it. It's really, sorry, people aren't after justice. They aren't after goodness. And that's why they're jumping the whole idea of protests. And I just want to say, if you don't like protesting and if you don't think protesting does anything, it's because you're lazy, you're addicted to social media, and you don't like going outside and touching grass. And at the same time, I bet you think that anybody who disagrees with you is a narcissist, right? Now, if I have to tell you why all of this is tech related, then you're not paying attention to anything. We are now spiritually cyborgs these days. Back in the day, you get people who are interested in how famous people were doing. So they go out and get magazines. Now we have all of this on TikTok, Twitter. In the 80s, was it the 80s or the 90s? CNN came out and everyone thought it would fail. 24-hour news was not a good thing. News had to turn into news entertainment. And because of this, we've lost objectiveness. We've lost reason. We all want to plug into an emotion more than we want to plug into facts or reality, because these things could be boring. If you went back and watched news from the 80s, I guarantee it would put you to sleep. But we didn't have to sit back and wonder about the ideas of the news outlet or the news organization. When I was in media class, they taught me that You're supposed to be removed from the situation. You're supposed to be removed and let people make up their own idea. But they also taught that you're supposed to make people want to get up and take action. I think the line has been blurred there. And people are being driven to action, but they're not smart enough to even start with the protest. So it really seems like they just start burning down society because they want change. They just don't want to do the right things to get it. Protesting works. Get off of social media. Protest in real life. It helps. If you don't think it does, I bet you haven't spent 1 hour on the street. Anyways, thanks for listening to me, folks. Keep your protests off of the internet. Get them in real life. Have a good one.